My name's Harry. I started field cycles about 5 years ago and quickly realised I couldn't do it all on my own, and the best person for the job is normally like 3 or 4, and I realised that really quickly when I started making frames. I knew that I wanted to make the most beautiful thing I possibly could, and that meant finding people who were really good at what they did and who wanted to be involved. And luckily, bicycles are like catnip for creative types. There's 3 of us working together. I make them, Tom draws them up from a graphic design point of view, and then John paints them. So I put everything into making them. Tom puts everything into making them look beautiful, and then John puts everything into making them, finishing them beautifully. It started by knocking an outhouse down in my back garden and building a shed. And at the time the view was to make myself a bike frame, or to have somewhere to kind of quietly set about making a bike frame. Is this some kind of wind-up? Like as a kid, if I saw anything that was fascinating to me, I'd go home and make it out of Lego. And I've always been obsessed by bicycles and cycling and making, and I guess they all just converged in my shed about 5 years ago. Keep ourselves interested, we just want to keep progressing and getting better and better and better, making the most beautiful thing we possibly can. Hopefully not getting to a point where we've got to make a certain amount every week or a certain amount every month. I mean, this might be business lunacy, but we don't have an eye on the bottom line. All we're thinking about is the object at all costs, if you know what I mean. I'm also cursed with like the perfectionist gene, so you can kind of over-analyse everything and overthink everything, and it's like a double-edged sword. Like there's incredible satisfaction out of making something, and then there's incredible kind of frustration when you set out to make something perfect. Like I make a frame and it's like a bit of me, you know what I mean? And if I don't feel like it's absolutely a perfect representation of my idea for that frame, it kind of, you see it as a sort of personal defeat a little bit. I think there's something really satisfying about talking to the person who's going to make you something. I think people are getting bored of continually shopping. They want to take their time, talk to the humans that are making it for them, and buy something that's going to last them. Like the heritage of making, particularly in steel, in Sheffield is enormous, and the city itself is a really confident kind of do-it-yourself city. About 2 miles that way is the building they invented stainless steel in, so you know we're in the perfect city for it. That's partly what, like the name Field is like the second half of Sheffield. It's like a slightly clumsy pun. is about the most satisfying activity I can think of. Like, even when I see somebody riding past, you can sort of feel the joy of it. I think it's probably about the best object we've managed to produce between us all. I've thought about it a lot. There isn't a single problem with them. I can't think of a single genuine problem with them. They're quiet. They don't need any energy unless you get the i2 and you've got to plug it in every now and again. You get fitter, feel better, you get around town, there's no emissions. Most inventions, you invent problems as well, and I think the bike is one of those objects that doesn't have that. When people pick up a bike off us, it's a unique object and it's theirs, and they're going to have it for the rest of the time.